Well, good day everybody. Today I'm making some shrimp and eggplant casserole. First thing we'll do is peel our eggplants. Take you a little sharp knife there and cut the end of them off. And just use a potato peeler, and that works very easily to peel them. So just go ahead and get them all peeled, and I'll show you the next step. Yeah, go ahead and take your eggplant. And I'm going to cut it in half first. And this will be mashed up in the process. So I'm going to ball it. So basically I'm going to cut it in strips, about like this. And then just go ahead and make some pretty big dices, about like this. So let me get all that done. And basically we'll go ahead and ball it until they're nice and tender, because we're going to mash them up. So go ahead and add those to the pot. Alright, we'll go ahead and mince up the garlic here. I usually just kind of cut it in 3 little strips like such. If you wanted to, you can kind of cut it like this, and then just cut them real fine like this. So let me get all those done. And you can take another knife and just kind of do like this with them so they're all nice and very fine. Go ahead and do our onion next. I usually leave the root on, and then I'll just make my slices like this. Don't cut all the way across, that way they'll kind of stay together. Then you just kind of turn it, then you can just kind of do like this for some nice small dice. So let me get that done. Bell peppers are the same. Just usually kind of make some long slices like that, and then you can kind of turn them and just kind of dice them like this. They gotta be real fine, like a medium dice. So let me get that done. And let's saute our vegetables now. Got a little bit probably about a tablespoon of butter. Put a little bit of olive oil in there too. Once your bubble starts to pop, then we'll add the vegetables to it. Alright, we got our butter nice and hot now. Let's go ahead and add our mixed vegetables in there. Bell pepper, onion, garlic. And we'll saute this until the onions are nice and translucent. Okay, my onions were translucent. I went ahead and added my my boiled eggplant, and it's very soft. So we'll go ahead and kind of mix this up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and season it. And go ahead and salt and pepper it to your taste. I'm kind of guesstimating here. I'll taste it once I get everything added. We're going to put a little salt, put a little cayenne in it as well. Not too much, we don't make it too hot. Just a little bit. And we'll also put some black pepper in there as well. And this is just the one out the shaker. Go ahead and get your potato masher, and then go ahead and kind of mash your the eggplant into everything. So let me get that done. Before you add your shrimp, go ahead and taste it. See how your salt is. Gotta add a little bit more salt. There ain't no heat for me in it yet, so I'm gonna add a little bit more cayenne pepper, and also a little bit more black pepper. And I'm gonna give it a stir again, then I'll taste it again and see what we got. Alright, I think my salt's good. Cayenne pepper's good in it now. I went ahead and took my shrimp, instead of leaving them whole, I cut them in half, you know, across, so I made them flat. Add that to it. That's 1 pound of shrimp, deveined. Make sure you devein them. Go ahead and get all that combined. And we're going to let this simmer uncovered for 20 minutes. And we're going to use some plain breadcrumbs. I think I'm going to probably put about maybe I'd say about 1/4 of a cup. And we're going to let that simmer as well while it's cooking for the 20 minutes. And while my shrimp is cooking, only been about 3 minutes, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter to it. I'll give it a nice buttery flavor. And I'm going to reserve the rest for the topping with the breadcrumbs. Here's the rest of our reserved butter. I'm going to put 1/3 of a cup of breadcrumbs in there with it. Plain breadcrumbs, not the Italian. And we'll go ahead and mix that together. That'll be our topping for the casserole. We're going to add a little bit more. Probably another third of a cup. Be 2/3 of a cup. And we just want to get that where it's kind of crumbly looking. You know, you don't want it liquidy. So 2/3 of a cup breadcrumbs, and I think that's perfect. So we'll just reserve that for later. We're about halfway through the cook cycle here, about 10 minutes. It needs a little bit more salt. Like I said, just taste it. Keep tasting it and keep adjusting as you need until you get it to your liking. You want it really hot, add some more cayenne to it. But I think the heat level's good on it. And like I said, just cook it uncovered because you don't want it to get real moist. You want this to be pretty dry. And I actually might add some breadcrumbs in a little bit too. Okay, we've been exactly 20 minutes here. That's how we look. I think that's about the consistency we want for it. So let's put it in my casserole dish now. Get it ready for the oven. Oh yeah, by the way, preheat your oven to 350, and then we'll go ahead and take our mixture. I believe this is a 2-quart casserole dish. Not sure how much it's going to take yet. I lightly greased it with some light tasting olive oil. And I believe it'll take it all. So let me get it all spooned in. Now, before you put it in the pan, if it was too watery, make sure you put a little breadcrumbs in it to get it a little thick. You don't want it to be watery. Here's my breadcrumbs. I don't know if I'm going to use all these, but we'll see. Let's see. Put a little layer on top of it now. I'll probably put them all. To me, it can only add to the flavor of it. Yeah, we'll dump them all on there. Alright, go ahead and spread them out where you got one even layer. And go ahead and use your spoon and just kind of flatten it where it'll make a nice little crust when it bakes in the oven. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I like to take a little paper towel and kind of go around the rim, so when it bakes it doesn't make any kind of burn spots on it. So it's all nice and clean. Oh, put that in the oven. And we'll go ahead and put this in the middle of the oven. And we're going to bake it for between 30 and 35 minutes at 350 degrees. Alright, I went ahead and did 35 minutes. I wanted my crust a little bit more brown. It wasn't quite brown, even on the edges at 30 minutes. So I think 35 is a pretty good place. So it's done. Let's go ahead and take it out and we'll see what it looks like. Well, there you go. Everything's done. Got a nice little crispy crust on the top. Well, let's go ahead and give it a little cut here. This ain't gonna stay together, by the way. I mean, there ain't no way. It's a very mushy eggplant, but ooh, I know it's gonna taste good. Well, let's give it a little taste and see what we got. That's the important part. All right, let's give it a little taste here. Get some of the breadcrumbs, some of the dressing, or casserole, I should say. Boy, that looks good. Give it a little taste here and see what we got. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. That got a real good shrimp taste to it. Like I said, I think it helps to cut the shrimp in half. That way you can disperse it more into the casserole other than just leaving them whole. So, you know, cut them all in half, then do it. Yeah, that's really good. Got a nice spice too with that cayenne put in it. Of course, you could have left it out. You know, if you don't like spicy food, just leave it out. Like I said, salt and pepper to taste. Taste it real good before you put the shrimp in. 20 minutes, taste it again. Put it in a casserole dish. Put your crust on top. Bake it for 350. And took 35 minutes. Very good. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.